Hey everyone, how are we? Keith at Crypto Bullseye. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling, guys. Are you optimistic going into 2025, or do you think that we're due some kind of a major pullback? Let me know exactly what you think is going to happen in the crypto market. Are you new to crypto? Are you more experienced in crypto? More importantly, whereabouts you're from, guys. Let me know in the comments because it's always nice to know exactly where the community's from. So I've been asked about this Gala Games trade. You can see that in the last video, we've done one thing. I managed to preserve my capital. Preservation of capital is the key. And I managed to put the stops up at break even. That's because we managed to get this killer entry down here. So I'm going to go through this from two steps, guys. One, how am I going to manage this trade going forward? Because one thing that you can see, and I said this on Sunday's video, crypto market looks overheated. Bitcoin is in extreme greed. Market needs to cool off, and that's not a bad thing. That can be a healthy thing. However, if this Gala Games trade went like this, I might have protected myself down here and preserved my capital. However, all of this would have been for nothing. So how am I managing my existing trade, and how would I manage this if I was looking to get into this trade now? Gala's trading just under 3 cents. To be exact, it's 0.02967. So we've got 3 cents, and 3 cents is acting as a psychological barrier. And you'll often see this time and time again within the crypto space, within stock markets, whatever, guys. You'll see these round numbers acting as resistance barriers. Because when humans think, guys, remember this, it's buy orders and sell orders. This is not a chart doing random things. This is people, this is humans putting in buy orders and sell orders. And let me ask you one question. When you're in a shop, do you see something that's priced at $2.21 very often? Do you see something that's priced at $3.87? It's always $3.50, $4. It's just the way that the human mind works. And there's no different with charting. Human mind works exactly the same. They work in round numbers. That's why this 3 cent is acting as a psychological barrier. So we're having a reaction at the 3 cent level, and we're pulling back from the 3 cent level. How shallow or how deep is this pullback going to be? Because I said that I'd give two examples. If I was getting into Gala now and when I got into Gala down here. For anyone that's new to this channel, firstly, subscribe to the channel, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Secondly, I'm going to go over briefly why I've got conviction, or why I had conviction behind this Gala trade. And it was this accumulative phase. That accumulative phase that lasted 136 days made that once we got a break, either by the bulls or by the bears, whoever one it was, there was going to be significance behind this break. There's going to be volume behind this break. That's exactly what happened here. We got significance, we got volume, and more importantly, what acts as resistance for such a long period of time, 136 days in this instance, is going to act as strong support once we've broken out. So the bulls have got convictions. We've come back. The bulls are testing the previous resistance as support now, and they've got conviction, and we had a nice bounce from that on the back of that. So that's the main reason. It was this accumulative phase. It was this breakout, guys. And once we were at the bottom of this channel, when I got this, I said that if I had a break, that's confirming one thing, that I could put my stops below the low. And if I can ride this near the bottom of the range, it's looking like even to the top of the range, we've got a significant move to the upside. That's 42%. So that's the reason why I was interested in this. And that's the reason why I took it. And anybody that is subscribed to the channel, you see what I did in the last video, which was completely preserve my capital. For me, this is more important, guys. This is more important to me, bringing this up here, than the whole of this. That's more important to me. Preservation of capital is the key. By doing that, by preserving my capital, by ensuring that we've put in a new higher low, and then putting my stop losses at break even, that means I'm riding the trade with none of my capital at risk. So like I said in the intro, guys, if price comes back down and does this, I haven't used any of my own capital. However, all of this was for nothing. So how am I playing this trade? Two ways. What I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to bring up the moving averages. And ultimately, what we need is we want this golden cross. Golden crosses, although these are lagging indicators, moving averages, golden crosses have significance behind them because retail looks at golden crosses. Retail loves a golden cross. So when retail's in, they see the golden cross, gets all the hype together. We've broken the 200 daily moving average, signaling that there's a shift in momentum and that we're starting to turn bullish. We're starting to put in those higher highs and higher lows, indicating by breaking the 200 daily moving average and staying above it. And then we can ride those higher highs and higher lows with the protection of knowing that your 200 moving average is going to be your key support going forward. So anybody that's getting into Gala now, I want price to pull back to the 200 daily moving average. I want us to hold the 200 daily moving average. And one thing that you need to remember, guys, it's not going to be as good as here. It's never going to be as good as there. It's never going to be as good as entry as that. That's why we got this entry. That's why we preserved our capital. However, people that are late to crypto or people that don't watch this channel, whatever the reason, and you're trying to get in for a second entry, unfortunately, the second chance entry has got less of a probability attached to it than this initial entry down here. So that's what I'd be doing for a second chance entry, guys. I'd be looking for other metrics. When we pull back to the 200 daily moving average, I'd be looking at things like how the stochastic reacts. Are we going to be overbought or oversold when we get down to here? If we're oversold, the stochastic comes down here underneath the 30 level. When we're at this 200 daily moving average, that's giving a good conviction that this should hold support. And that'd be an additional metric for me to look at taking a second chance entry. But I'm not looking to take a second chance entry, guys. I'm in the initial entry here. So how am I managing this? How do I want to make sure that all of this is not for a waste? And it's going to be trailing stop losses, guys. So exactly the same as what I've done previously. I've protected my capital by moving the stop loss to break even. Now I'm going to do an additional thing now. We've put in one thing. We've put in a new higher low here. So I can bring my risk to reward up here. What does this mean now? This was my entry down here. That means if price reverses, 25.66%. So it means that I've got something for it. It means it wasn't for nothing, and I've got skin in the game. So if we continue to put in those higher lows, and we continue moving the stop loss below the higher lows, ultimately you're locking it in while staying in the game until, remember, the trend's your friend till the bend at the end. I'll keep drilling that home, guys. Doesn't last forever. Every trend has to reverse, and you want to be out with the most amount of capital locked in. So if you'd have took profits here, for example, if you'd have took profits here, you would have missed this. If you'd have took profits here, you'd have missed this. If you'd have took profits here, you'd have missed this. And that's the method in the madness, guys. And that's how you can just keep locking in that capital while you're putting in new swing highs and protecting yourself along the way. So let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next, guys. I'm going to do a few update videos tomorrow. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you want me to cover next, and I'll see you tomorrow.